Hello all, welcome to the next session of our class Digital System Design. In the last class we have understood how to write an minimal sum expression, that is a simplified mean term expression, and then we understood how to write a minimal product expression that is equals to the simplified POS expression or a max term expression for a given function. Okay. So next we will move to the next topic, that is minimal expression for incomplete Boolean function. Okay, so first of all, we should know what is incomplete Boolean function. So we need to write the minimum expression only. So it may be mean term expression or a max term, that is minimal sum or a minimal product. But for an incomplete Boolean function, so first of all, what is an incomplete Boolean function? It is also called as an incomplete specified function. Okay, so what is that one incomplete function? So if you take an 3 variable function, assuming, so we have it a, b, c. Okay, and the function output is given. Okay, so then for all the combinations, now if the output is specified for all the conditions, and then is called as a complete Boolean function actually. So complete Boolean function means when the output is specified for the all the functions, for all the input combinations. So assuming some example I will take. Okay, where the function is specified for the all the combinations. That means all the k map will be filled according to the whatever the function is there. So whatever here 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. So like this. Okay, all are completed. And this called as an complete Boolean function. Then whatever the incomplete Boolean function, so incomplete Boolean function means for some of the few combinations we don't have a output. Example, assuming that one actually for the this is corresponding to okay, for the 5, 6, 7 we don't have a output. We don't know if the output is 0 or 1. In that case, that function is called as an incomplete Boolean function. So it is called incompletely specified function. So where this we call as we don't know the output. So it may be 0 or 1 actually. So these terms, so what we call as an don't care. Okay, the functions we don't have any output, then that called as an don't care. So that means here 5, 6, 7. So there is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that means for 5, 6, 7 we won't write a 0 or 1 actually. Then what we write? So any incomplete functions are there, then for that functions we need to assign a symbol which is other than the 0 or 1. So usually we are going to indicate it with the x. So x, or sometimes we indicate it with the dash, or sometimes even we are going to write as a d, and this corresponds to the don't care. Don't care term. Okay, so here I can write a x, x, x. So that means these x are the don't care terms. Where the, so if for the corresponding to table, this will be like this actually. So that means, so where the function is not specified here. The output for the is combinations 1, 1, 0, 1, that is 5, 6, 7, we don't know the output. So for then that called as an don't care terms actually. Okay, so these, so even they can be indicated with the x, or sometimes they indicate a dash, or sometimes even they will write as a d actually. Okay, so this is with the incomplete Boolean function. Now, so when the incomplete Boolean function is there, then how to write an minimal expression? So that means how to write an expression, or a SOP expression, or a POS expression. How to write for these kind of functions. Now, when we have a don't care term, how to group? That is the important thing. So when you have a don't care term, how to group? So here don't care terms can be included to make a higher possible grouping actually. So assuming that one, so here see if you have only one, so we don't have any adjacent logic ones, we need to group a single. This is a one group and this is the one group. Single cells need to be grouped. Instead of doing that one, if the don't care term is there, let's make a possible higher group including the don't care. So that means, so 3 and 7 are adjacents, let's include this one. The don't care can be a 0 or 1 actually. So here we are going to use as a 1 and considering as a that one. So we don't know the output. Output is 0 or 1, we don't know. That means, so we will call as a don't care. So include the don't care to make a possible higher order group cell. Okay, by using that one we will go to write a expression, but keep in mind that one only the don't care cannot be group actually. So in a grouping only the don't care terms cannot be grouped, but don't care terms can be grouped with the logical ones. Okay, so that we can make a higher possible grouping. So here actually one's x is there, so let's make this entirely together one, so that make a one grouping. Okay, then for that group we will going to write the as usual mean term or a max term. Again even we can be grouped to the 0 also, but only when you are writing the max term, minimal product expression. Okay, minimal sum expression we need to group for the logic one. Okay, let's to understand this one, let's take a few problems with respect to the how to write and how to get a minimal expression for an incomplete Boolean function. In the equation actually these incomplete Boolean functions or the don't care terms will be mentioned in the equation actually. So when you are giving the problem statement only or a problem only, they will give and specify the which input combinations the don't care terms will be there. Okay, so that let's take an example problem, we will able to understand that. So let's take the problem. The problem is this one: find the minimal sum for the given function. Okay, so the given function is what here? So f of a, b, c, d equals to summation 0, 1, 2, 5, 8, 15. But here they have mentioned the don't care cells. Okay, for which combination of the input don't care will be there, that for the which mean terms that will be specified in the problem actually. So usually that will be indicated with the d. Summation d, summation indicates the, so for those cells, okay, d will indicate the don't care. 6, 7, 10 cells will be the don't care. Okay, let's write the K map for this one and let's write the simplified equation. Then how to use the don't care when you are grouping. So that can be understand here. So let's 4 variable function. So we'll have a 16 cell matrix. A, B, C, D, and as usual 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. So we'll write the cell numbers, okay, 0, 1, okay. Now, so we know that, so the summation is there means for the row numbers or for the mean terms corresponds to 0, 1, 2, 5, we need to place the logic 1. So here logic 1, 1, 1, 5, 8, 15. So these are will be the logic 1. Okay. Next, don't fill, the remaining will be 0. But here even they have specified the don't care terms. So that means for the 6, 7, 10 cell numbers we need to enter a don't care terms actually. So I will going to use the symbol don't care for here will be the x. Okay. So that means here, so for the 6 is x, for the 7 is x, and for the 10 it is x. Okay, and then for the remaining we will going to place the logic 0. Okay, what does this means actually? In a 4 variable K map, that is A, B, C, D. So if you write a function is f 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, like that we have a up to the 15, right? In that 6, 7, 8, that is 0, 1, 1, 0, we don't have any output. 0, 1, 1, 1, we don't have any output. Again 10, so 1, 0, 1, 0, output is not written. For the remaining they have written a actually, so 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. So example if you take 8 somewhere here, 1, 1, sorry 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. For the remaining it will be 0 like that. But for these 3 inputs combinations we don't have any function. Then only we can convert that K map into the like this. So by entering the don't care. Okay. Now after we have completed the K map, okay, next we need to group that one. Okay, instead of grouping the only logic ones, okay, even we can include the don't care terms also, so that if any possible to make a larger group. Okay, see, if you don't have the don't care terms, means what is the possible group actually? So this is the one group we can make. See, 1 is there, but here not 1 actually, so we are going to make it, this is the one group, okay, and this is the one group, and these are the adjacents, one group, and these are the adjacents, one group, and there is only one actually, we should have made this one single group. This is the one group if you don't have any whatever the don't care terms. Here we can include the don't care terms, then how it will be the grouping, let us see here. Okay. Now we can include the don't care terms so that we can make a possible higher order group. When you make higher order group, we will get to know the simplified equation, because we know that when you make a larger group, we will get a less number of literals, so that we are going to get a simplified equation. So see, 1 1 1 x is there, so we can include this one, and let us make a these 4 cells adjacent to the one group, because we know 0, 2, 8, 10 are adjacent to each other. So this will make a group 1. Okay. Next. So we can't include this one actually. So see, so these two can be included here. So let's make these two is a one group. Okay, we can't make a 4 groups. Okay, 4 cells group. This is the 1, 2, and then see, instead of doing a single, let's include this 2 here, and let's make a 2 cells group. So when you make a 2 cell group, means literals will be less. If you make only 1 cell, we will get a 4 literals will get. But when you include these 2 cells, okay, then we will get only the 3 literals will comes. 3 literals will comes, again simplified. Okay, so let's write a simplified expression, some expression for this given problem. So this is a G1, so this is the group G2, and this is the group G3. So for the G1, so what is the mean time expression with variables? So see 4 cells. So here A, first column and the first row and second row. So A has made a change over. So A variable won't be here. So only B. So that means B bar. Now if you look for the CD, so again C has change over, only D. So it is B bar D bar plus next group 2. So this is B bar D bar. Next group 2. So this one. So this is equals to the A bar C bar D, A bar C bar D, so plus A bar C bar D plus next, if you make a group like this one actually here for the 11, 7 and 15 group 3, so B C D, so plus B C D. So this is an minimal expression for the given problem, for the incomplete Boolean function. So this is the incomplete Boolean function where we included the don't care and we have simplified. So I hope you understood this one. Okay. So next let's take one more problem so that we can understand in a better way for the how to get a minimal sum expression for an incomplete specified function. So next we'll move to the second problem. So find the minimal sum for the given function. So see here the function is given in a pi, okay, but we need to write the minimal sum. So that means we need to enter a logic 0 for the k map, but when you are grouping we need to group for the logic 1 because we need a minimal sum expression. Okay, let's take the k map. So since a 4 variable, 16 cell matrix will be there, A, B, C, D. Okay, so now 2, 8, 11, 15 will be a 0, 2, 8, 11, 15 will be 0. Next, don't care terms for the 3, 12, 14 cells. So 3, so don't care, 12 and the 14. Okay, remaining will be the logic 1. 1, 1. Okay, this is the one group can we make? Group 1, 4 cells, one group. Okay, you can make any 8 cells? No, we don't have any 8 cell options. Okay, 4 cells, one group. Okay, and next, and see, and these 4 cells can be combined. So this is the one cell. See, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yes, we can make a one more cell here actually. So this is the one cell. See, and the left out is 1 actually here. Okay, we need to include this one. Okay, so we can make a, these two cells can be combined here and make a one more cell, one more group actually. So that means we have a 4 groups, group 1, group 2 and the group 3, and this is the group 4. So that means we have covered all the values. See, when you are grouping actually we should not left out the logic ones will be there. Okay, so by considering you don't care, we can make it to the higher group, but don't leave the logic one, because that is must be there when you are writing the minimal expressions, whatever it may be, when you are writing a max term or a mean term. Okay, so let's write the simplified equation. So it is f equals to, so for the group 1, so what is the simplified expression? So here CD will completely, the complete one row is there, means C and D will have a changeover. So remaining is AB, that is equals to the A bar B plus, next if you look for the group 2, so this is the group, so corresponds to the A bar and the C bar, A bar C bar plus, next if you look for this one, group 3, and this equals to C bar D plus, and the group 4, so this is equals to the, so A and here C D bar, A C D bar, and this is a minimal sum expression. So here we included the don't care actually. So here only this don't care has been included. If you don't have a don't care, this if not included means if only one cell should be the group. If you have made a only one cell group means we have got the 4 variables actually. A, B bar also included. So when the B bar is included means actually 4 terms, so the circuit may be much higher. So we need to implement 4 input AND gates must be needed. Instead of that one, when you group this one don't care here, so we have reduced to the 1 literal has been reduced actually. So this is why we can be include the don't care to make a grouping. Okay, so that we can get a simplified expression. Okay, so let's see the how to get a simplified expression minimal products. Okay, let's solve the 2 problems related to the minimal product for an incomplete specified functions only. Okay, let's move to the next kind of a problem. So problem 3, that is find the minimal product for the following Boolean functions using K-map, and the functions are these 2. We need to get the minimal product. That means we need to write a POS expression, simplified POS expression. So let's take the first problem. Okay, so let's write the K-map. Then let's place the logic 0 because they are given a pi to the corresponding cells 2, 8, 11, 15. 2, 8, 11, 15. Next 3, 12, 14 are don't care. 3, 12, 14 are don't care. Okay, so remaining will be the logic 1. Okay, now we need to group the logic 0 because they are given to write the minimal product expression. So let's make the logic 0 group. So if adjacent to this one, only these 2 are adjacent, because if you make, so that's why, so these 2 can be grouped. Next 0, x is there, and again, yeah, so that means only these 2 it can be group adjacent, and these 2, sorry, Instead here we no need to group this actually, because 0 is here only, so we can group this one only. 11 and 15 can be grouped. There is no need to include this don't care term. So there is not needed. So that means, so what is the simplified expression? So this is what? Group 1, and this is group 2, and this is the group 3, and the function has simplified minimal product expression. So for the group 1, so if you write 0 0 here, and with respect to the CD, so D has changed over, only remaining is C equals to 1. So that means A plus B plus C bar. So when is there? So complement, because we are writing a minimal product expression. Then group 2, so here, so A equals to 1 and C, D are 0 0. That means A bar plus C plus D into, so one more is there, G3. So we correspond to this A only, A equals to 1, that means A bar. So here C, D. So this is equals to A bar plus C bar plus D bar. And this is the simplified expression for the first problem. Okay, let's take the second problem. So function of ABCD equals to summation. They have given the summation. That means we need to place the logic ones for these corresponding cells. Okay, but when you are grouping, we need to group a 0 because we need a minimal product expression. Okay, so let's complete the K map. So here 7 is 1, 9 1, 11 1, 12 1, 13 1, 14 1. Okay, which are all the don't care terms? 3, 5, 6 and the 15. Okay, and the remaining will be the 0 0 0 0 0. Right? Okay. Now we need to group a logic zeros. So see which are the adjacents here? 0 0 0 0. So these are adjacent each other. So let's make a 4 cell zeros one group. And this is the group 1. Okay. Next 0 0 0 is there. We can include the don't care and let's make a one group here actually. Similarly, so this one more. Yeah. So let's make this one 0. So this completes all the zeros. Okay. So even we can include this one actually, but it's not, to get a simplified equation this is not needed because all the zeros are already covered. So that means this is not needed actually. So this is complete. This will be a redundant prime implicant will be there. It won't be any essential will be there. Okay. So to write a simplified equations, let's not include this one. Okay, so these two groups are enough to write and simplify because all the zeros are covered here only. So this 8, 10, 2, 1, 0, 4, all zeros are covered in the cell actually in a K map. So the simplified equation will be, and I will name this as a group 2. So F equals to and G1. So this is equals to these two will come. So that means change over is A. So only B equals to 0. Then here in these two 0 0 1 0, C will be 0. So corresponding to the here B plus D. So for the group 2, and this is the cell 0 1 4 5 cells. So this corresponds to the A equals to 0. So Miss A will come next here 0 1. So C, so A plus C, and this is the simplified equation for the second problem. This is how we can write a minimal product and minimal sum for the incomplete Boolean functions. Okay, so keep in mind incomplete means X will be indicated. Okay, we can include that one for a grouping a cell 1 or a grouping a logic zeros. So next we will move to the next topic is our 5 variable K map. So till now what we have understood is an 3 variable K map, 4 variable K map, right? What are the structures for 3 variable, 4 variable, and how to construct the K map for the 3 variable and the 4 variable, and how to group in a 3 variable and 4 variable, and we have solved some problems related to this one actually. So writing a minimal expression, minimal sum expression or a minimal product expression we have completed. Okay. So next we will move to the next topic, that is an 5 variable K map. Okay. So in the starting class only I have said, so in our syllabus we have a 2 variable, 3 variable and the 3 variable, 4 variable, 5 variable K-map we need to discuss. So already we have discussed the 3 variable and the 4 variable. So now we will going to see the 5 variable K-map. Okay. So 5 variable K-map. So how many number of cells will be there in the K-map? So always that will be 2 to the power of some variable numbers, right? So example, if you get 4 variable, so 2 to the power of 4, there are 16 cells K-map we have drawn. Similarly, for a 5 variable, 2 to the power of 5, that will be 32 cells. Okay, so that means the K-map of 5 variable will having a 32 cells will be there. See, 32 cells means almost double of the 4 variable K-map actually. So to construct a 5 variable K-map, we will going to write a 4 variable K-map, a 2 4 variable K-map will be connected. Okay, so like that we are going to make a 5 variable K-map actually. When you are writing the K-map actually for a 5 variable, there are 2 approaches are there. Two approaches to write 5 variable K-map. So the first approach is called as a stacked version. Okay, so and the second one is called as a folded version, or even we call as an mirror image. So there are 2 ways we can write the 5 variable K-map. So one is a stacked version. So that means one 4 variable will be stacked one and another. So that will going to make a 5 variable K-map. Another is called a folded version. So that 4 variable K-map will be written side by side, and that will going to make an 5 variable K-map. Okay, let's see both the version, how we will going to construct. First let's see the structure. Okay, let's see the structure of a 5 variable K-map in a stacked version. Okay, so keep in mind the 5 variable means corresponding to the A, B, C, D, E. So the mean terms will vary from 0, 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1, 1, right? 0 to 31. So the mean terms values or cell values will be 0 to 31. That means we will have 32 cells will be there. See, if we see actually BCD values will going to change. That means 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, sorry 0, 1, 0 like this 0, 1, 2 up to the I will go to 15. Okay, that means 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. So this corresponds to the 15, right? And next the 16 value 1, 0, 0, 0. This corresponds to the 16. Next 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. This corresponds to the 17 till like that actually 1, 1, 1, 1 that is equals to 31. If you see this only 4 variables, this corresponds to the 4 variable K-map, right? 0 to 15. Okay. If you see again, so it's only the and even the next values again 0 to 15 will be there. This corresponds to the one more K-map of a 4 variable. So like that, but A variable having a different. Okay. In a stacked version, we will go to write as okay, and this is corresponds to the A, where this corresponds to when the A is 0 and this is corresponds to in A is 1, and these are the 4 variable K-map BC, DE, BC, DE. Okay, so here values 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. Similarly 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0. So you should make a 5 variable. So that means 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. This corresponds to the 0. We will write the cell numbers actually. Next 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. This corresponds to the 3. 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. See actually 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Cell number is 0. Next 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. 0, 0, 0, 0, 1 corresponds to the row number or a cell number will be 1. So that's why written a 1 actually. See next 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0 that is corresponding to 2. Next 0, 0, 1, 1, 3. Similarly 0, 0, 1, 0, 0 this corresponds to the 4. Next 5, 6, 7, 8, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. A, B, C, D, E. 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. This corresponds to the 8. Next 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. See this is a 4 variable K map. Now again A can take even the 1 also. So when A can take a 1 value, then again this BCD will be repeated from the 0 to 1, 1, 1 only. So again see A is 1, next B, C, D is 0, 0, 0. The 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. This corresponds to the 16. Next 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. That is 17. Are you able to understand? Okay. So same way like this, here also 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. Sorry, it should be 0, 1. Sorry, 1, 0. Okay, 1, 0, this corresponds to the 18. Next 1, 0, 0, 1, 1 corresponds to the 19. Similarly, same way we are going to write actually 16, 17, 18, 19, then 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So these are the this how we are going to construct a 5 variable K map in a stacked version. So one 4 variable K map and another is another 4 variable K map. So this will be stacked together. Here we need to understand is what which cells are adjacent to another cell actually. Okay, in a 4 variable K map we already understood. So where 0 is adjacent to the 2, 8, 10 like that, right? Okay, so 0 is adjacent to the 2 and 8. Where 2 is adjacent to the 0 and as well as 10 like that, right? Similarly here also we need to look for the which cells are adjacent to the another one. So this is corresponding to here actually 0 is adjacent to the 16. Keep in mind the physical adjacent cell should be also a logically adjacent. So logical adjacent means what actually? Only one variable should be changeover. So remaining will be same as it is. Example A, B, C, D, E, if you take, then the another term should be only one term in there should be changeover. Remaining should be as it is. See here actually, if you take this one, 0 cell corresponds to the what? A, B, C, D, A, 0, 0, 0. That means A bar, B bar, C bar, D bar, E bar. If you look to the 16, so A is 1, so remaining are the same as it is. So that means 0 cell is will be adjacent to the 16. Similarly, if you take a 15 and let's consider to the again the 31. Okay, so 15 if you take, so what is the 15? So that is equals to 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so that is A bar, B, C, D, E. If you take a 31, so 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So that means A, B, C, D, E. So if you see, these two are physically adjacent because only one cell or one literal has a changeover. So this means what actually these 15, 13 are adjacent to each other. So like this, so this 1 will be stacked on, that means 2 is adjacent to the 18, 0 is adjacent to the 16, 8 is adjacent to the 24, 7 is adjacent to the 23 and 10 is adjacent to the 26 like this. Okay, so this is the one version we can write a K map. So that is called as a stacked version. So next we will see the folded version, or even we call it as an actually image version, okay, mirror image version, okay. So how we will going to write? So this is an 4 variable K map, and again we will going to write one more 4 variable or 16 cells here. Okay. So here, so variables will go to A, B, C, 5 variables. Here we will go to it as A, B. Next remaining variables C, D, E will be right here. Okay. So that means A, B can take a 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. Next C, D, E. So 3 variables, they can take a 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Next 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. Right. Next. So remaining is what? Is 3, 4. A 4 should be always we need to write here actually. Okay, that is in K map, in a 5 variable K map 1, 0, 0. Because see, 4 is adjacent to the actually 16, so that even the 4 is adjacent to the 0. Okay, 4 is adjacent to the 0, so that means this is a 0, right? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. This is the cell 4. Okay, when you folded version means, so this is what like, if you fold this one, these two should be adjacent to each other. So that's why, so always we will go to write here actually 0, 4 will come over here actually. When writing a 4 variable, 5 variable, so 0, 1, 2, 3, next we will go to write as a 4 here actually, 4, 5, next 6 here, and the 7 will be like this. So that means the cell numbers will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like this we are going to write. See 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 7. Hope you understood. Okay. So this is called as, this version is called as a folded version or a mirror image version. Okay. Let's complete the cell values. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 comes here, 13, 14, 15. Okay, see the arrangement, 15, next 16 come here actually, 0 and 16 are adjacent each other, 0, 16 should be adjacent, even if you look in the stack or even if you look in the folded version, both should be the same. Next 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. We say here actually 15 is adjacent to the 31. Similarly, see 15 and 31 are adjacent each other. Okay. Similarly, next if you take a 29 adjacent to the 13, similarly the 13 is adjacent to the 29. Okay, and 10 is adjacent to the 26. 10 is adjacent to the 26, and again 10 is adjacent to the 14 here. Similarly, 10 is adjacent to the 14 here. Okay, so this is how we will going to write a 5 variable K map. The structure of the 5 variable can be written in a 2 approach. So one is called as a stacked version, another is called as a folded version. Okay, so here 4 variable K maps will be connected each other. So one by one, that is called as a stacked version. So side by side is called as a folded version. But when you are writing the cell value, you need to be taken care where the physical adjacent cell should be also a logically adjacent. So that's why when you are writing here 2 after 6, okay, so don't write here 4 actually, because the physical adjacent cell should also be a logical adjacent. So that's why we will going to write here 6, here we will going to write a 4 actually. Okay, so because see only one changes here, 0, 1, 0 is there, 1, 1, 0, only 1 liter has been changed over. Okay, keep in mind that. So this is how a 5 variable K map will looks. So let's take a few problems related to the 5 variable K map. Let's take the problems. So the problem is simplify the following function using 5 variable K map. Okay, so let's simplify the whatever the given expression by using the both the version, that is what stacked version K-map, 5 variable K-map, and even the folded version. Okay. So the function is given the function. Let's write the K-map. So first I will write in a stacked version. Okay. So this all together A. So this is 0 and this is for the 1. So here BC DE BC DE 0 0. So this completes the stacked version. Okay, assuming this one. So this one above the other. So let's a given expression is summation, sigma is given. That means for the cell values we need to place the logic 1. So that means 5 is 1, 7 is 1, 13, 15, next 21, next 23, 29 and the 31. So these are the 1 and remaining will be logic 0. Okay. See here 5, 13 are adjacent to each other and similarly 5 is adjacent to the 21 also. See, so this is what value? You can write 5, that is 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 5, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. Similarly 21, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So only one changeover. So that means these two are adjacent to each other. Agree? Similarly, again 7 is adjacent to the 23 and 13 is adjacent to the 29 and the 15 is adjacent to the 31. So that means, so these 8 cells are adjacent. Don't think this is a 4 cell and this is the 4 cell. Don't like consider like this is a 4 cell one group, this is a 4 cell one group. Actually it's not actually. So this will going to make an 8 cell one group. So the simplified expressions will be F equals to, see, so A has made a change over here. A is a 0, and if you look in this cell actually A equals to 1 actually. So A is 0 and A is 1, so A has made a change over, so that means A variable won't appear. Next if you look to this one 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1, so B has made a change over, so B variable also won't appear. So remaining is what? C is 1, C is 1, this both are same actually. C is 1, so that means we are going to get a C. If you look to the DE value, okay, so 0 1 1 1, so D has made a changeover, so remaining is E. So that means the simplified expression for the given equation or a given Boolean function will be the CE. For the same example, I will write in a folded version. Okay, so see, the 8 cells are adjacent each other. Here also I said adjacent each other actually. Since stacked version, you may feel so they are different actually, but these are adjacent to each other. So that means, so here the 8 cells one group we can make. So when we make 8 cells one group, so AB has a changeover all over, so AB won't appear. So if you look to these two actually 1 0 1 1 0 1, so that means actually here this variable, that is D, has made a changeover, so it won't appear here. So remaining is what? CE or 1 1, so the F equals to CE. Okay, let's solve the second problem. Okay, since they are given a summation, that means we need to place a 1 logic 1 for the corresponding cell values. Yeah. So we know that 1 actually 0 is adjacent to the 4, similarly 8 is adjacent to the 12 and the 24 is adjacent to the 28 and the 16 is adjacent to the 20. Okay, so that means can we make this all together one group? We can't group because we can group only the 2 to the power actually. So that means 2 to the power of 4, 16 cells we can group, or 2 to the power of 3 we can group the 8 cells adjacents. Here actually 12 cells are adjacents. So 4 and the 8, 12, we can't able to group that one. Okay, so that means, so we will going to make a this 0, 8, 24, 16, 4, 12, 8, 28, 20 is an one group. So these are the 8 cell one group, and again, so we can make this 8 cell another 8 cell one group. 4, 5, and these another 8 cell can be grouped because 5 is adjacent to the 4 and similarly 29 is adjacent to the 28. So the expression, simplified expression is d bar e bar plus c d bar. So like this, we are going to simplify a 5 variable expression by using the K map. So this is what with respect to the 5 variable. Okay. So hope you understood the how to solve any given Boolean function of a 3 variable, 4 variable and a 5 variable. Okay. So when you're discussing the actually syllabus in the module 1 actually, so we said there are 2 techniques are there for the simplification. One is what the K map, Karloff map, another is called as an Quine-McCluskey techniques. Okay, let's take the Quine-McCluskey techniques in the next session. So how to simplify a given Boolean expression by using the Quine-McCluskey techniques. So what is the Quine-McCluskey technique? So how does that structure actually, how to simplify? Let's see in the next class. Thank you.